Jason Ganal, GQue BBQ. Today I'm showing you how to make the best cinnamon rolls in the world. They're gonna be smoky, they're gonna be big, fluffy, they're gonna have bacon with maple glaze or without maple glaze. If you wanna see how we do that, it's coming up right now. When selecting the bacon for the cinnamon rolls, stay away from the thick cut. We're gonna wrap these into the cinnamon roll, and so in order for them to cook all the way through, we want a good thin cut bacon. To garnish the cinnamon rolls, we're gonna make some candied bacon. I'm gonna take a strip of this bacon, I'm gonna apply the GQue BBQ the rub to one side of the bacon, and then flip the bacon over. Give it a coat of the brown sugar and a little bit of GQue BBQ the rub. The brown sugar and the saltiness from the bacon and the depth of the flavors you're gonna get from the rub is gonna add a nice touch to the cinnamon rolls. We're gonna smoke off these cinnamon rolls today at the PK grill. I set it up for 2-zone cooking. We've got the coals over here to the right-hand side. It's gonna be really hot coming off the top of here. We're gonna cook off the bacon over here first and then smoke off our cinnamon rolls on this side. We're gonna set it up so that we've got this intake open, so airflow is gonna come up over here. We're gonna close off the intake over here, and then on the top, we're going to open up the intake right here and keep this closed. So the air is going to come up, over, and out. In order for that bacon to turn out the way I like it, which is fully cooked, I'm going to pre-cook some of that bacon here for about 5 to 7 minutes. If I were to skip this step and put the bacon in the cinnamon roll raw, it's going to be a warm, uncooked piece of bacon. Nobody likes uncooked bacon. I'm going to add a coat of GQue BBQ the rub to the bacon. All right, let's talk cinnamon rolls. We're gonna help that bacon along by pre-cooking it, but you also need these big, thick cinnamon rolls because they take longer to cook, giving the bacon enough time to finish on the inside. This is what we're going for. The rub is set up on the bacon. It's still nice and loose, but it's been pre-cooked. This will finish cooking off during the cooking process of the cinnamon rolls. If you want to keep the bacon in the middle of the cinnamon roll, so that heart that goes right in the middle, put it off to one end. If you want to keep it in the middle of the cinnamon roll, then put it in the center of the strip. It's up to you, it's personal preference. I like them both ways, but the one thing to avoid is putting 2 pieces of bacon into a cinnamon roll. I've tried that, and I just think it's too much, it gets too greasy, and the cinnamon roll loses its shape. You will get bacon that overlaps the outside of the cinnamon roll, but try to keep one side flush, and that's the side that you're gonna have facing up. So the bacon that protrudes out the back, we don't want to cut that off because we all love bacon. Just keep one side flush, and that'll be the side that goes up on top. Put a couple pats of butter in the pans. We're going to melt these off before we put the cinnamon rolls. That melted butter will prevent the cinnamon rolls from sticking. Just going to slide that around to coat the pan. Don't forget the sides. I like to take the end of the cinnamon roll and push that up against the pan. That'll keep the shape as it cooks. Wouldn't be smoked cinnamon rolls without some wood. I got a little bit of hickory that I'm gonna add to the fire to give it that little bit of extra smoky flavor that you can't duplicate if you cook it in the oven. I'm not concerned with the temperature these cinnamon rolls cook at, but I'm gonna keep it somewhere between 300 and 350 degrees. If you're like me, then you love that cinnamon roll icing. I'm gonna take that cinnamon roll icing, add 2 ingredients to it, and make a maple glaze out of it. A little bit of brown sugar, the color. I'm gonna add some maple extract. A little goes a long way, just a couple drops. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here. Bacon's looking good, it's ready to come off. Got some good color from the caramelization of the sugar. Bacon's done. That gives us some room to cook that second set of cinnamon rolls. It's the weekend, you're cooking a brisket for your family. You got some extra pit space in the morning. Go ahead and throw these cinnamon rolls on. Let them get some of that smoke flavor. There's nothing like a smoky, bacony cinnamon roll. That's gonna rev up the taste buds and get your family excited for the brisket at night. The bacon's cooled off for a few minutes. It's crisped up while it's cooled off. It's great all by itself. There's so many applications for candied bacon. I'm gonna go ahead and chop them up, and we're gonna use this as garnish on the cinnamon rolls. Candied bacon's so good. If you're a fan of candied bacon, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like candied bacon, give me a thumbs down. And while you're at it, go ahead and unsubscribe from my channel. My kids like to ice the cinnamon rolls, but since they're not here today, I'm gonna do it. Let's go with the maple glaze that we made earlier. We'll put this guy on these. I like a good generous coating. And then the residual heat of the cinnamon roll will warm up this glaze, and it'll just melt down the sides into the crevices, make for one delicious bite of cinnamon roll. Cinnamon rolls in my house are a staple. I love them, the wife loves them, the kids love them. Once I started crumbling up candied bacon and putting them on top, they were screaming for them every week. Say hello to these big, fluffy, perfect cinnamon rolls with a kiss of smoke, laced with that candied bacon and the glaze that drips into the middle and soaks into every single bite. I can't take it anymore. I'm staring right at these cinnamon rolls. Tough decision to make. Is the bite going to come from the original glaze or the maple glaze? Let me know down in the comments below. What's the first one you're going to reach for? I'm going to go in and give the maple glaze a shot. If you like maple glazed donuts, if you like cinnamon rolls, there's nothing better. And give it that kiss of smoke, out of bounds delicious. Now for the original glaze. Maple glazed donuts, my favorite donut, so I'm partial to these maple glazed cinnamon rolls. If this looks good, if it's something you want to try, give me a thumbs up. Jason Goodall, GQue BBQ, and I'll see you on the next one.